I would say it's clear we need to work more on getting the message out and being very clear. Now is not the time to come. The majority of people who come to the border are turned away.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki addressing the escalating crisis along the southern border as Customs and Border Protection is on track to surpass the number of detentions from last year. This after the Trump administration dramatically decreased illegal immigration in its final year. Joining us now is Mark Morgan, former acting CBP commissioner. I'm reminded, Mark, that there were times when at a White House you want to talk about your education proposal, but something else keeps getting in the way. And I sense a little bit of frustration from the White House that they keep being asked about immigration when they would much rather talk about COVID.
Yeah, Dana, and this is what they get. I think President Trump said it best during the CPAC speech. This is a self-inflicted wound that they brought on themselves. And look, the numbers, let's talk about February numbers. We're going to look at over 100,000 individuals that illegally entered in the month of February. And the former Secretary Jay Johnson, when he was referring to 1,000, he was talking about 1,000 apprehensions per day. I worked for him as Chief of Border Patrol. Trust me, if we had over 1,000 apprehensions in a single day, it was a bad day. We're looking at now getting close to 5,000 apprehensions a day, and they still refuse to say it's a crisis. And since January, Dana, they've released over 11,000 illegal aliens at bus stations and shelters locally, and they're busing them further into the United States, and they refuse to say it's a crisis.
Did you see the New York Times? They called these facilities jail-like facilities. Did you catch that? And did you think about the distinction with all the heat that came out on the Trump team? For the cages comments? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bill. I mean, the hypocrisy. I mean, we're seeing level after level of hypocrisy. Again, under Trump, these same facilities, I was there, the same facilities were inhumane and immoral. And now the facilities that are being built, some by the same vendors, are now somehow essential and they're humane. The hypocrisy. But here's what's more important, though. It's how they're using the facilities. Look, he dismantled almost every effective tool, replaced it with nothing. And now what they're doing on our borders now, these facilities, they're using them as reception centers. The mandate has been to release them and process them and release them as fast as possible. And on the back end, preventing ICE from deporting them. So we have reception centers on the front end and a sanctuary country on the back end. That's where we're at right now.
What do you hear from the people that you used to work with, that worked under you, that are trying to process? I'm trying to get my head around how do you deal with 5,000 apprehensions a day, just physically?
It's tough. Look, I think we're one of the most powerful nations in the world, and we cannot deal with 100,000 illegal immigrants entering our border every single month, almost 5,000 a day. Right now, at one point in 2020, we had less than 500 people in our custody because of the Trump policies. Right now, they have over 6,000 in custody in the middle of a global pandemic. And like you said, half of those, over 3,000, are unaccompanied kids because the system is already overwhelmed. HHS doesn't have the facilities. We've been here before. We experienced this in 2019. We told the Biden administration if they did what they're doing, this is what happened, and they ignored us. But this is exactly what they wanted to do.
Quickly, I would say it's clear we need to work more on getting the message out of being very clear. Now is not the time to come. How do you lessen the flow now, sir?
You don't. Look, their message, the Biden administration has actually been crystal clear. And their message is our borders are open and come on in. And when you do, we're going to release you into the United States and then not deport you lawfully so you can remain here illegally forever. And now to tell the smugglers and the cartels and the migrants themselves, pretty please don't come yet. It's a joke, Bill. It's absurd.
Well, Mark Morgan, thank you, sir. We'll be in touch again later in the week. Thank